In a forgotten mining town deep in Colorado, silence isn't peaceful, it's heavy. A 45-year-old coal miner, recently laid off, walks home through empty streets. At his side walks his only family, a brown and white Pitbull named Echo. Adopted from a rescue years ago after the loss of his wife, Echo wears a faded leather collar and walks close, eyes always scanning, ears twitching to the faintest sound. The man hasn't spoken a word in months, not since the accident in the mine took his best friend, but Echo hears everything. Not just the sounds others miss, but the spaces between them, the unspoken grief, the gasps in the night, the loneliness humming beneath every breath. One evening, as the town's last working bell tower chimes for what may be the final time, Echo tugs the man toward a sound deep, distant, almost hidden. It's a child's sobbing. Coming from underground? Following Echo's lead, the man discovers an old shaft in the forest, long sealed and forgotten. The pit bull growls not in fear, but urgency. Together with only a headlamp, a rope, and the strength of grief turned into purpose, the man descends. Echo refuses to stay behind and follows him into the shadows, deep in the mine. They discover a collapsed shelter and, beneath debris, a 7-year-old girl trapped, dehydrated, and barely conscious. Echo lies beside her, warming her with his body. While the man climbs out for help, by dawn, rescue teams arrive. The girl lives. No one understands how anyone hurt her, but Echo did. The town wakes up. News crews arrive. Headlines read, "Hero Pitbull saves trapped girl in abandoned mine." Interviews flood in. Everyone wants to talk to the man, but he still says nothing. Echo becomes a symbol of hope for a dying town. But the media wants more. They dig into the man's past, revealing a dark truth. He once left his wife alone during a storm, and she never came back. Whispers of guilt surface. Echo, once a hero, becomes entangled in judgment. Why would a man like him deserve a dog like that? But Echo doesn't care. Stays close, loyal, still listening. The rescued girl, now recovering, starts visiting the man and Echo. She's different, curious, and unusually connected to the dog. She lost her parents in a car accident and lives with a foster family she barely knows. But when she's with Echo, she smiles. One night, the man finds her sleeping on his porch, hugging Echo. She doesn't want to leave. A landslide near the mine threatens the entire town. Emergency evacuation orders are issued. But Echo hears something again, low vibrations underground. Mine is about to collapse completely. No one believes it except the girl. She and Echo run toward the shaft. The man chases them, screaming her name for the first time. They reach the mouth just as it caves in. Echo gets her out in time. It is buried. Days pass. Crews dig. The man refuses to leave the site. When they finally find Echo, he's alive but barely. His ribs broken, lungs damaged. At the hospital, the girl refuses to leave his side. Echo survives. The man finally speaks at a town gathering. "I once lost everything because I wasn't listening. This dog taught me how." Years later, the town has a new name, Echowood. The mine is sealed forever. And in the rebuilt bell tower, there's a room called the Museum of Quiet Things. At its center, a statue, a pit bull with one ear up and one ear down, eyes closed, listening. Beside it, a plaque reads, "Echo, the dog who heard what the world ignored."